And Shane Carlson with you, Full Throttle Weekly. This is the first installment in probably about a month since I've done a video. I apologize for that. Things have gotten a little crazy around here, but we're back this week. And last week we had all three of the NASCAR series were in action. The trucks were at Gateway for the first time since 2010. So that was very exciting to see those guys head back there. The Nationwide and the Cup Series were in Michigan, so they were in Ford and Chevrolet's backyard, and so there's always big bragging rights there going on, and also when the Cup Series and the Nationwide guys go out to Auto Club Speedway, they're in Toyota's backyard out there. So that's always a big rivalry race. Every manufacturer wants to win in places like Michigan. But in the Truck Series, Bubba Wallace got his second career win in the Truck Series. He drove the 54 truck to victory for the first time this season. He did score victory last season at Martinsville. And Paul Menard in the Nationwide Series kind of got a surprise win for the second win of his Nationwide career. He hadn't won since 2006 in the Nationwide Series. But on Saturday, Joey Logano had kind of dominated the whole race, but had to pit with a few laps left because he was out of fuel, and that handed the lead over to Paul Menard, and he led the rest of the way. And so good for Paul Menard to get back to victory lane. Eau Claire native, so he's kind of close to home here. It's always good to see those local boys go out and win. And on Sunday in Michigan, it was Jimmy Johnson's third win of the season already. And earlier this season, we were all kind of criticizing Jimmy Johnson and that whole 48 team, like, oh, where is the 48 team? They haven't won since November, and here they are. They've got 3 wins, and that's the most in the Sprint Cup Series. So they're looking good for the chase already, stacking those points up and those wins up. So the 48 team is back in championship contention. They're looking for their 7th championship, which is amazing. And that was actually Jimmy's first career win at Michigan. And he has now just not won at 4 tracks. So he had 5 that he hadn't won at, and now that list is down to 4. It was the 69th of his career, so he is knocking down those wins and slowly climbing up that ladder on the all-time win list. And this weekend, the Nationwide Series and the Cup Series are both in action. They both actually head to road courses. Although they're separate road courses, it's the first time this season that they're going to be at the road courses. The Truck Series is off until Kentucky next week. But Nationwide Series is in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin at Road America. It's always a fun race to watch there. Last year was the first year they visited there. AJ Allmendinger is the defending winner of the race. He will not be in the entry list for Saturday's race. And then on Sunday, the Cup Series goes to Sonoma, out at Sonoma Raceway in California. That's always kind of been one of my favorite races to watch through the years. Just as a Gordon fan, he had some early success there, and just recently, I think the road courses have really produced a lot of the best racing action we've seen all year. Exciting finishes. I think back to this. I think this was at Watkins Glen, but Marcus Ambrose and Brad Keselowski, also Kyle Busch, have produced some pretty good finishes recently on the road courses, and I think the fans have responded really well to it. I just wish they would put one in the chase. That would be nice to see. But Martin Truex Jr. is the defending winner at Sonoma, so we'll see how he stacks up Sunday. Last year he was with Michael Waltrip Racing in the 56. This year he's with the 78 team of Furniture Row Racing. So different racing or different teams, they prepare differently, but I'm sure Martin will bring a fairly solid notebook with him this weekend. I think he'll be solid. But Michael Waltrip Racing in general, they have won the last 2 races here at Sonoma, going back to 2012 with Clinton Boyer and then Martin Truex Jr. last season. We'll see how MWR stacks up this weekend, and I'm actually picking Clint Boyer to win this weekend, so he'll win. I'm picking him to win his second out of the last 3 races at Sonoma. He's steadily picked up his season's progression so far this year. Didn't start out too great. Didn't win a race last year. But it's getting to the time where these drivers who haven't won a race yet need to punch their ticket to the chase. And over the course of history, Sonoma has been pretty kind to drivers who haven't won a race yet this season or that season. And so I think Clint Boyer breaks through in the Cup Series this weekend, raises the trophy for the first time this season. And in the Nationwide Series, on the other hand, at Road America in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, I think Ty Dillon breaks through victory lane for the first time this season. He also has not won in the Nationwide Series, but I think he avenges last season's loss on a road course. He was driving in the Truck Series at the time, but he got dumped by Chase Elliott in the final corner and wound up with not a good finish after he felt like he should have won the race, and rightly so, leading into the final corner there. But I think Ty Dillon gets back into victory lane. It's interesting, in the Nationwide race, I'm going to be watching a lot of these guys who are battling for the title this year, and how they approach this road course race, because I have a feeling it's going to be a mixed bag. I think we're going to see a lot of these drivers go out and try and get the win and be really aggressive, but I think a lot of the other drivers trying to contend for the win are going to be like, okay, we're going to take a solid day, just bring the car home in one piece, and, top 10, top 15 finish will be good enough for us. And so just to see that split agenda will be interesting, to see who goes really hard after the win here, because I think, at a road course, it's a chance to separate yourself from the pack, because road racing, not every team is super strong at it. So if you can get a win at a place like this, I think it'll really help your chances down the road in the championship chase. So that's going to be what I'm watching this weekend, and so Ty Dillon's my pick to win. And then I guess we'll see how it plays out on Saturday and Sunday. It should be a fun weekend of road course racing. And I always tell my friends this weekend, watch the race, because the cars are actually going to be turning right. So they can't say that they never turn right anymore. So glad you're with us this weekend for Full Throttle Weekly. I did update the blog this week, so check that out. Let me know what you like, what you don't like. I'm always up for fan interaction, so just holler back and enjoy the races this weekend. Thanks, guys.